Hello everyone, Nika here with the Daily Neuro Nugget. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. By the way, thank you everybody. I feel so much better today, partially thanks to this yuzu tea, and this is amazing. According to Koreans who love this tea, it is supposed to be great for headaches and skin, just making it nice and bright because it's very high in vitamin C, as well as preventing colds and flus, and it's supposed to cure like 1,000 things, but I'm not a doctor, so do your own research and talk to your doctor. This is not medical advice. So it's very, I'm not a big fan of the color, but it tastes amazing. And I have added a little bit of agave syrup to sweeten it, just a touch, although again, it doesn't need it. So cheers. It's quite good. So I completely forgot that today was the day. How could I forget? May 30th. And oh my God, I need like a full hour to break down what just happened. It was insane. By the way, if you have not watched today's court hearing, please go watch that because we definitely need to talk about this in the comment section. Like, a lot went down today. So let me know down in the comments if you watch this, because it's heading in the right direction. But again, the crowd in the comments, they're just not listening. It's like they're not taking any of the information in. So starting out, immediately we see another Triple J, Judge, looking bored, asleep, smirking, boring, same old, right? And Ann Taylor starts questioning Payne. I was not impressed. Were you impressed? Because she starts asking him who's responsible for the video collection and knowing what videos exist. He says Mowery and the FBI. And Taylor says Mowery said that he's not in charge of these videos. And Payne then admits that Moscow PD should actually have that info. And Taylor then questions him about several cameras, both belonging to public businesses and private residences, including Ring cameras. And she mentions Vargas. I believe this is that female detective. I'm going to do more research on her, because one of the things that really stood out to me was that Ann Taylor brought Vargas up because she mentions there was a home on Indian Hills Road that had a camera, but Detective Vargas was the one to contact the residents. And why did Vargas contact them versus a home contacting Vargas? Something to keep in mind, something interesting. It might be something, it might be nothing. Now, Payne says it was a video canvas and they were just doing their thing. But again, why would Vargas reach out to contact this private residence? Now, please watch where Ann begins to show Exhibit RR and Exhibit SSS to Payne. And I think it's very telling. We see Payne start falling apart, if you will. He definitely reminds me of Mowery because, you know, they start out as very confident in the beginning, but Ann Taylor is firm in her questioning. And I think this kind of disarms the police officers to make them slightly comfortable. And then she really goes in deep. So when she has this exhibit RR and SS handed over to Payne, she says, where is this last video of this Red Star Coffee Company? Payne says, I do not know. Him and Mowery, very similar responses. They seem to not know a lot of anything, especially considering this guy was in charge, lead investigator. By the way, I don't know why anyone would put a 2-year officer in charge of the largest homicide ever in the area. But still, he does not know. He should not be answering, I do not know, I do not know, I do not know, for everything that Ann Taylor is asking him. This is not okay. Again, this guy is lead investigator and he has almost no clue to what the hell is going on. Excuse my French. Now, Ann Taylor also brings up Exhibit SS and she says, where is this video of Monday's Machine and Welding, which is on Highway 25? Payne, I do not know. And there are 4 businesses in Moscow PD that turned video footage over. Where are they? I do not know. They should be with Moscow PD. Then she really starts getting into the good stuff. She really starts questioning the search warrants and the affidavits that were used to arrest BK. Did you author them? Yes. So yes, we know he wrote them. And she starts bringing up the AT&T phone records. Payne says, well, the prosecutor's office has it. Per Payne, this was not received until May 2023. Although these were actually completed back in December 2022. What took them so long? Why was Moscow PD and the state not pressuring AT&T to hand these records over? Is it because there's nothing there? Is it because they are trying to hide something? Then Ann Taylor asked Payne, what did you rely on to expand the search that were mentioned in the PCA revolving the 2011 to 2013 white Elantra? Remember, the search got expanded to include 2011 all the way through 2016 white Elantras. And it seemed to have been done so last minute. And Payne says, that wasn't me. That was the FBI agent. So very quick to point the finger. And I don't blame him. If the FBI agent did it, he should point the finger. By the way, I'm pro tattletaling. If you know someone is doing something wrong or that they are responsible for it, you should tell. So it's possible that if Payne knows anything that is being hid intentionally or not, he's probably going to cave under pressure because he wants to keep his job. So Payne talked to this FBI agent back in December 2022. Then Ann goes to show him text that he sent to this FBI agent whose name is Nicholas Balance. And he text messaged this agent on December 2023. She says, do you remember texting this FBI guy? No, I don't. Then she shows him. I still don't. Oh, maybe I do. Once he gets to like the 3rd page or something. It's like, how do you not remember talking to this guy? Wasn't he your go-to guy for the CAST report, for the AT&T report? Find it very strange. Now, there's also Rob Healy, who is another FBI agent who was responsible for the identification of the vehicle. So Payne also says, yeah, that was Rob Healy. That was not me. So again, saying, I was really not involved in this. I really have no clue what's going on because I'm just the lead investigator. It was actually those 2 other FBI agents. You are the lead investigator. You are getting paid. You are responsible for controlling what goes on, which means and includes being extremely and heavily involved in this case. Not for you to show up to this court hearing saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Again, why are we paying this guy? So this Payne man also throws Mowery under the bus and says, well, one of the FBI agents in Mowery helped me with the CAST language because we know that he has no CAST training. So how did he word it in such a way if he has no CAST knowledge? Oh, Mowery. It was Mowery who helped me. Oh, so we're back to that guy, huh? So now we have another 2 officers, Mowery and apparently Payne, who have no clue about anything. This is not a good look for Moscow PD. Is this sticker gate number 2? Now, Ann Taylor says that there are videos south of 95, 5 to 6 a.m. that do not match the inventory that they were given. And Taylor also goes on to say that their inventory is not an actual inventory, just a bunch of sticky notes. And it would take days to go through all of the videos just to find where they're at, because that sounds like they're very disorganized, right? Do they just throw shit in a room? Maybe. So this not one video depicting the car. Is that right, Payne? Yeah, that's right. So he just admitted that there's not one single video depicting the car. So why in the world did you expand your freaking search? Well, not him, right? We know he blamed Rob Healy, the FBI agent. So there's not one video depicting the car, yet you magically decided to expand your search from 2011 to 2013 all the way to 2016 with not one video depicting the car. That says a lot, again, about Moscow PD. What do we have to do? Do we have to, I'm not going to say it because, yeah, I'm not going to get in trouble. But then we have Cy Ray. Oh my God. He is going to steal my heart. He is so put together, cool, calm, collected, intelligent, fluent. He knows his stuff. Oh my goodness. And this, listening to his testimony, by the way, this is his first testimony that is for the defense. He always almost sides with the state. I think that alone is very telling. He said himself that when he first saw the CAST report, he immediately said, I want to help because there's something awfully wrong here. This is incorrect and I can verify it from the get-go just by skimming through the CAST report. That's not good. So Cy Ray says he could recreate the report, but Mowery didn't save his work. And not only that, but 2 to 3% of the most important information is missing. And this 2 to 3% sounds like a small amount, but he says it is the most significant because it is the drive from Pullman to Moscow. Of course, the most significant part that could be exculpatory for Mr. Kohberger is missing. Now, was this done intentionally or not? You let me know. What do you think? How convenient, no? That the portion that could be exculpatory, the 2 to 3%, is the only bit that is missing. Shady AF. So he says that the 2 agents that he knows that are part of the FBI that were responsible for recreating this report, he knows that they are properly trained. So there are either 2 other possibilities. The machine just magically failed, or there was human or intentional error. Meaning what? Meaning that the original data was manipulated. And that is a big problem for Mr. Kohberger, who is currently, he's been sitting in jail for a year and a half now. Still no evidence. Now we have this super intelligent guy with a bunch of training, at least 8 years with AT&T records, that much work. And on top of that, he has done other things with his own private company and law enforcement. This guy knows what he's talking about. Now, he said that out of the 100% of connections or the pings, only 18% were mapped, missing 82%. 82% were not mapped. So this does not give anybody a clear picture of what is going on. I do appreciate that Cy Ray said that so far it's looking like this is going to help the defense, but that if he is given all of the evidence and he is able to review all of the mapping points that are missing, that were not ever mapped because nobody knows what they're doing in Moscow PD, well, he said he's willing to change his mind. He just stepped up because he knows that the data is wrong. The data is the problem because it's wrong. Not because of BK, not because of the state. It's because the data is wrong. And that, my friends, that's an analytical scientist, mathematical number person. He knows what he's doing. I did notice that when Cy Ray began to speak, Judge suddenly perks up, suddenly starts taking notes. Okay. And he says that he reviewed 2 warrants, which is, by the way, extremely rare. He says 2 warrants is extremely rare for a call record, that it almost never happens. He also goes on to say that it's extremely time consuming, that you need to validate the info before you just put a bunch of random stuff in an affidavit, which may ruin the entire case if it's inaccurate. So it sounds to me, in my personal opinion, that that's what Brett Payne did with the help of a bunch of other people that were potentially clueless. So he says it's very likely that Payne is misusing words and that he probably did not see a CAST report, that he probably saw a quick mapping report. But of course, Payne doesn't know because he's not CAST certified. So it sounds like the FBI just showed Payne a random drawing and said, this is a CAST report. And he's like, okay, CAST report, let me write this PCA real quick. And that was that. Never double checked their work, just wrote it up, sent it out. Let's arrest this guy. So Ray goes on to say that State and Ellie would have had access to these reports through their relationships back in December 22 versus waiting for May 2023. But of course, they didn't want it. Why? Maybe because it doesn't help them. So Detective Mowery apparently just created this random map without using any cell tower data. In fact, he stated that he did not use any cell tower data. And Ray says that this is physically impossible. You cannot create a map without this cell tower data. So now we have Mowery, now we have Payne, 2 FBI agents just writing whatever they want in an affidavit to arrest Brian. And if you watched most of it, you hear Alyssa towards the end talking about other suspects. Is the state still looking at them? I think this is the first time I've heard them mention any other suspects. Thank goodness. Again, that's a big deal. The fact that there are other suspects and that they've said this on live television, this should be making people perk up their ears, okay? There's other people out there potentially involved in this case, and for all we know, they have never been looked into. So it was a mess. And what do I have to say about Bill today? Nothing, because again, Bill was just being Bill in the background, jotting notes, jotting lots of notes. Him and Judge. Do you think that they're intimidated by Ray? Because I'm a little bit intimidated by Ray. He is, oh my gosh, he is intelligent. He knows his work in and out. And if somebody is willing to come forward and say, I know that I always side with the defense, but this time, I know that I always side with the state, but this time I'm going to side with the defense because it's the right thing to do, because I'm looking at a CAST report and within a few seconds I can tell that this is wrong. This was drawn up out of nowhere, this map with no cell tower data. Something is shady. That's what it sounds like to me that Ray picked up from just skimming through the reports. It will be very interesting to see how this goes, because once you start getting the experts on here, for us open-minded, smart people, we understand this is looking more and more like Brian Kohberger is innocent. But for closed-minded people who are unwilling to change their mind despite more evidence being presented, okay, they're calcified, they're hardened, they're old, they're ancient. It's like an old fossil. And I don't mean this in an age way. I mean this in a brain way. You've become stale. You need to grow. You need to break that calcium apart and be open-minded. It's not easy. Again, I'm also open-minded. If I am shown evidence to actually show that Kohberger is guilty, show it to me. I don't care. I don't lose either way. So I'm open to changing my mind, but the experts know. The experts know. So you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to finish sipping my tea here. By the way, yeah, my migraine is gone. And anything else? I don't know, today, that was a good hearing. So if you like this video, leave a comment down below. If you don't like this video, leave a nice comment down below. If you like this video, leave a like. A lot of people have told me they have not been getting notifications, so sign up for notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos, because we're going to be keeping very close tabs on this case. We're going to continue to all the way through the end. That's my plan, at least. Also, I forgot about it until now, but there's another veteran that I want to start another CASHAPP thing for. So we'll cover that probably tomorrow, because if we can help more people out, why not, right? I don't believe in forcing the VA or forcing the government to help people financially. It would be great, right? But this is an imperfect world. So I'm all for coming together as a community, relying and helping each other within a community, and not having to rely on government agencies or government programs. Again, they're great. I have nothing against them, but a lot of people fall through the cracks. So don't rely on the government. Don't rely on these programs to give you money to help each other. Be a stand-up guy, stand-up girl, whatever you want to be, and help each other out. Again, if any of you were ever in a situation that, you know, it was a hard situation, I'm sure we would all come together to help each other out. And that's how it should be, because that's how the world becomes a better place. And sure, is it cheesy to say? Of course it is. But at the end of the day, those little things really do make a difference. So you guys have a good night. That's my hippie talk for the day. Peace out.